Willie D Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm going to let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. OG, man, what up? DD, what it do? What's up, Connie? James Watts, what it do? What's up, Larry Jackson? Uncle Capone, what's up? Chasing Andrew Jackson. Bobby Howard in the house. Trey Brown, what's up, Trey? JC Crippler, what it do? Who is that? What does that say? Correndum? That's a hard one right there. I see African Pride. Marquise Payne, what's up? Sweet Beloved, what it do? Al Wayne, Leslie Bean, Robinette Clark, Be More Facts. What's up, Judge Dreads? I see you, Sean. Sean with the money signs. Sean, that's what you should tell people to call you. Sean with the money sign. Sean with the money sign. What up, President 48, United States? Okay, fam, I'm going in. Yeah, this is cold-blooded right here, fam. This is cold-blooded right here. Look at that uncivilized mutt. Let me pull up the article for y'all. Let's get that article in here. Sean Grayson murder trial. Former Illinois deputy guilty of murder. I ain't got no problem with that. Lock him up. Lock him up. Lock that uncivilized mud up and throw away the key. Let's get into the article. Found this article on abcnews.com. Check it out. A jury has found a former Illinois sheriff's deputy guilty of second-degree murder in the fatal shooting of Sonya Massey. The trial began last week for Sean Grayson, the former Sangamon County deputy in the fatal shooting of Massey in July 2024 after she called 911 to report a possible intruder at her home in Springfield, Illinois. Grayson had been charged with a total of 3 counts in connection with Massey's death: first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and official misconduct. He pleaded not guilty to all counts, his attorney told ABC News. Following the 7-day trial, the jury was given the option of considering second-degree murder, according to ABC station WLS in Chicago. Grayson's sentencing is set for January 29, 2026. Let's stop right there. Yeah, I like that, fam. But I think it should have been further out. Make that sucker sweat. Make his ass sweat. So now, He's sitting up there thinking to himself, man, I can be sentenced from anywhere from 4 to 20 years in prison, or I can get probation. So he's hoping against hope that he gets probation. Or they go easy on him and give him a 4-year sentence, maybe let him out in 3 years for good behavior. Or that 20 years is hanging over his head. Because, see, the thing about when you go into courtrooms in America, you just never know what the verdict is going to be, and you never know what the judge is going to decide. You just never, ever truly know. The jury was instructed not to deliberate on the lower charges. Ben Crump and Antonio Romanucci, attorneys for Massey's family, said in a statement Wednesday that the verdict is still a measure of justice for Sonya Massey. They added, accountability has begun, and we now hope the court will impose a meaningful sentence that reflects the severity of the crimes and the life that was lost. We will continue to fight for Sonya's family and for reforms that protect everyone from unlawful use of force. I really don't like the idea that this sucker could end up with probation. I really don't like that. You know, you already got the cloud of justice hanging over his head, or injustice rather, hanging over his head, knowing that because he's a cop, they often get these type of decisions reversed on appeal. James Wilburn, Massey's father, said at a press conference outside of the courthouse after the trial that there was no doubt in his mind that Grayson committed first-degree murder. I'm sure there's no doubt in Sean Grayson's mind, but his attorneys were skillful enough, Wilburn said. They said that my daughter was the aggressor. When you threaten to shoot someone in the face, check this out, family. When you threaten to shoot someone in the face and you do, that's first-degree murder. Sangamon County Assistant State Attorney Mary Beth Rogers said during closing arguments on Tuesday, according to ABC affiliate WICS in Springfield. Rogers said the biggest lie Grayson told was that he had no choice in shooting Massey, according to WICS. The state attorney, said Grayson continued to lie over and over again on the stand, including when he said he attempted to turn his body camera on. According to body cam footage from his partner, Grayson, who was inside Massey's home, points to a pot of boiling water on her stove and says, "We don't need a fire while we're in here." Massey then pours the water into the sink and tells the deputy, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," according to the video. Grayson threatens to shoot her, and Massey apologizes and ducks down behind the counter, covering her face with what appears to be a red oven mitt, the video shows. As she briefly rises, Grayson shoots her 3 times in the face, the footage shows. He wants you to believe that he was scared, Rogers said of Grayson, but you don't have to believe that because it's not true. The assistant state attorney said that Massey's final words before being shot with her hands up were, "I'm sorry." So that's enough, fam. You get the picture. I'm sorry. They like to say that. I was scared. This is Sonya's mother right here. Yeah, they like to use that excuse, "I was scared. I feared for my life." So they can kill you. When they kill you and get away with it, they want to be able to kill you and get away with it. And saying that they were scared is a default defense. It's a default excuse that they have. And that excuse has been baked into every single defense that is presented in the courts when they kill unlawfully. Because the way they get away with it is they just say, well, he said he was scared. Only he knows if he was truly scared or not. So how can you prove it? How can you prove that he wasn't scared? All he got to do, he can be the bravest person on the planet and just say, I was scared. And now you got to prove he was scared. How can you prove it? It's very difficult. China Carter in the building. What's up, China? Keep tapping. Yeah. So uncivilized mutt is going to have to lay low for a minute at least till he sees what his sentence is going to be. He better be lucky I'm not the judge. He better be lucky. I'll give his ass 20 on top of 20. Quick. I'll give him a time. I'll have his ass doing time before the trial even starts. I'm already knowing what my decision is going to be. I'll have his ass doing every bit of them 20 years. I hit his ass with 20 years. Since that's the maximum that can be given, I hit him with a 20-year sentence. On top of that, I give his ass 20 years probation. You got 20 years sentence, a 20-year parole, whatever I can do, whatever I can give his ass legally, that's what I give him the max. And if I'm in control of where he does his time at, I'm gonna give his ass the max on that too. I'm gonna send him to a max. I'm gonna send him to a max and let him go out there and be amongst the men, and be amongst some real killers. The kinds that can do you without with their hands, that don't need no gun. You know, don't need a gun to arrest a woman, a gun to restrain a woman. That woman was he's on the other side of a counter. Let me show y'all this counter, fam. Okay, well, it's hard to see the counter right there, but that's Sonya Massey. She was boiling some water. When he started acting like he started freaking out about her being near a boiling pot of water, she pours the water into the sink, effectively eliminating the threat, or the make-believe threat. So, and he still shoots her and says she's the aggressor. But he's on the other side of all of this stuff. You see that, if you can see, you can kind of see a roll of paper towels right there. That's paper towel is sitting on top of that counter. And the police officer's on the other side of that counter. When he fires at her, where was the threat? He shot her because he could. And he thought it was going to be an academic shooting, and he was going to be able to just shoot her and just book and do what he normally do, get off. Look at this uncivilized mutt. Yeah, I would. What does he think? What do you think he's thinking right now? Like, damn, man, I need to go to PC because they're gonna wear my ass out. He cannot make it in general population. Ain't that funny how He roamed freely in general population and was able to be the big bully on the block, pulling people over, telling people what to do, killing people when he felt like it. And now he's in a position where he got to be around real killers. I bet you, you know what? He didn't have any patience with Sonya. I bet he got a lot of patience now. I bet he got a whole lot of patience. And I bet you when he get in an argument in jail, I bet he have a whole lot of patience for those black dudes in jail. Yeah. He's gonna have a whole lot of patience when they do something he don't like. This is when I think this is the mug shot. This is the mug shot when they arrested the uncivilized mutt. The defense tried to say that when Sonya said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," the officer believed it was a threat, and the jury didn't have to agree with the former deputy, but that's what he believed. So he just can believe something. It don't have to be true. He just got to believe it. You see how they can get away with stuff, fam? Like we can't just believe something and kill somebody. It's got to be a lawful act. We don't get to just believe something. We don't get to just fear for our life and kill somebody. Your life has to be in jeopardy. It has to be clear evidence that you was defending yourself. This coward said that he was afraid of this giant, dangerous pot of water. So she poured the water out into the sink. So now he's afraid of the giant, empty pot of water or the giant, empty pot. Come on, fam. Come on. The footage released by Illinois State Police showed the incident from Grayson's partner's point of view, because Grayson did not turn on his own body camera until after the shooting. How convenient, because he had time to do everything else. He had time to give a few warnings. He had time to know that, okay, this looks like this could be, I'm fearing for my life, and this seems like this could be one of those moments. Let me turn my body camera on. No, that's too much like right. He left the body camera off because he knew what he was about to do. So he took the stand in his own defense, telling the jury he thought that Sonya was threatening him in the night, the night that he and his partner responded to her. He said that he asked her to turn off the stove, which was heating boiling water. He thought she was threatening him and was going to throw the water at him, even though she clearly emptied the water in the sink. So if he thought she was going to throw the heating boiling pot of water at him, and he was afraid, and she emptied the contents in the sink, then that should have eliminated the threat. In that body cam video, Sonya never raised the pot until after Grayson raised his gun. A key distinction, according to prosecutors, he shoots and kills her moments later. She raises the pot to provide some protection for herself. He said he didn't use a taser because he had an older model and Sonya was wearing multiple layers of clothes. He said he didn't want to take the chance of it malfunctioning. Before he took the stand, his partner, who responded to Sonya's home with him, said on the stand that he did not see her as a threat before his partner fired the gun. Salute to the partner for keeping it a buck and not covering for this uncivilized mutt. Now, this is interesting. The process took more than 5 hours. We're talking about the jury selection on Monday, where a panel of 12 jurors were seated. The process took more than 5 hours and ended with a jury made up of 9 white women, 1 black man, and 2 white men, as well as 2 white men and 1 white woman selected as alternate jurors. So the 9 white women, the 1 black man, and the 2 white men sat in judgment of an uncivilized mutt who happens to be white. And they gave the family some measure of justice. I thought it should have been a first-degree murder because, as the father said, if you tell somebody you're going to shoot them, and then you shoot them, that's murder. That's first-degree murder. It's a good thing that they instructed the judge instructed the jury to consider second-degree murder also, because if they could have proven that it wasn't first-degree murder, he could have walked. Going into the comments. ABC Death. Edward Pyfrom, what it do? Tawana Sanders. Pamela Caputi. Actually, that's Caputi. Is that Caputi? Caputi. No, that's Caputi. That's got to be Caputi. Pamela Caputi. Rock B, what up? Ahmed Hannibal Muhammad. What it do? Randy Ammon. What's up, T. Gallagher? Danielle K. Jones. Yeah. What's up, Angela Dadneck? Supreme, I see you. Yeah, he wanted to kill her, and he killed her. He shot her because she could. When she said, I rebuke you, it hurt his feelings. It pissed him off. That's why he killed her. That's why he killed her. Well, he killed her because she was black, first and foremost. But the reason, okay, the excuse was that those comments. I'm sure that's what he told his friends. I'm sure he told his friends the truth. And it's, I guess he probably married or whatever. Most of them like that, they usually are married. And those wives usually cover for them. See, these type of uncivilized mutts can't do what they do without having uncivilized mutt mamas and daddies. And the women who take care of them, the women who birth them, the women who give them babies, the women who give them sex, the women who provide alibis, the women who provide comfort. When they go out and do diabolical things, they can't do it without the women. So let's make sure that we understand what the face of racism really truly looks like. Yeah, that's right. I said it. I said it. I ain't letting nobody slide. They make excuses for them. They come up with alibis for them. They help lie for them. They clean the blood off. They wash the dirty clothes, the bloody clothes. They fix them food when they come in. And they sit up and they laugh. They laugh at other people's pain that their boyfriends and husbands cause. These uncivilized mutts didn't birth themselves. Who birthed them? Who raised them? Who nurtured them? Who taught them? I definitely wouldn't have been comfortable with that jury, the complexion of that jury. That's one of the few times that something like that could happen. I don't even know how the defense allowed that to happen. I don't even know how they allowed that to happen. I would have been fighting tooth and nail to make sure that jury had some more color in it. They got lucky. The family got lucky with that jury because we know how that normally goes. When you got a white dude on trial for killing a black person, and you got a predominantly white jury, he definitely walking. He's walking. Let me get this mud off the screen, fam. I can't stand looking at his rotten ass. Yeah, man. Cold-blooded, fam. Yeah, he gunned that woman down, fam. And like I said, then he shot her in the face. Not one time, but 3 times. That was really personal. That was really, really personal. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. China, appreciate you. Appreciate you working that moderation, holding it down. Yeah, appreciate y'all, fam. Check this out. The merch on my site. The store is going to be down temporarily because the company that I have been using, fam. Man, they bad business, and I'm gonna put them out there. Teespring, horrible company. Do not use them for drop shipping. Horrible company. All kinds of complaints. Unfortunately, they have all of the data, for the people who go there to make purchases and stuff like that. So you have to deal with them. If you got a delayed order or whatever, you got to deal with them directly. I have no control, over dealing with all of that. So you got to deal with them directly, but they are horrible. Do not use them suckers under any circumstances. And I'll be updating y'all when my new pieces come out. I got some cool stuff coming out, but I'm working on releasing them on a different platform. Definitely not Teespring. Do not use Teespring. Horrible company. Horrible, 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 horrible. Let me take Sonya off here. Horrible company. Do not use their asses. Yeah, fam. That's my time, fam. Till next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.